an elusive race of hair-covered hominid haunting the lush, volcanic slopes of the Aloha State. A creature lost to history, yet glimpsed today by a fortunate few. Legends tell of the Ohana Mamao, Hawaii's Bigfoot. Tales of monstrous wild men have peppered Pacific lore as long as people have inhabited Hawaii. Local tradition speaks of the Ohana Mamao, meaning distant family. A breed of 7-foot-tall, foul-smelling, reddish-brown-haired hominid said to stalk the dense upland rainforests. Prone to aggression when threatened, tales warned to avoid camping near their habitat. But what exactly were these wild men? Folklore holds the Ohana Mamao inhabited the islands of Hawaii, Maui, and Molokai in ancient times. Some researchers speculate they may represent a cultural memory of Meolania, a reptilian-looking horned turtle as big as a Volkswagen Beetle that somehow made it to Hawaii before going extinct over 2,000 years ago. Perhaps folk memory transformed these lumbering giants into hairy beastmen over the generations. However, others contend there is little resemblance between a turtle and a Bigfoot. Another theory places the Ohana Mamao as distant descendants of Homo erectus. Known fossils show they made their way to Indonesia over 1 million years ago. Is it so far-fetched they reached Hawaii when much of Earth's oceans were locked in ice during the last glacial age? Cut off and forgotten on these remote volcanic peaks? There is also a contingent who believes they may represent isolated relict populations of Gigantopithecus, the largest ape to ever live that stood over 10 feet tall and weighed 1,200 pounds. Ancient Pacific seafarers would have seemed diminutive next to these titans. But while the origins of Hawaii's Bigfoot remain speculative, what of alleged modern sightings? Sporadic reports surface to this day of large bipedal hair-covered beasts spotted deep in Hawaiian forests from the Ko'olau Range on Oahu to the remote southeastern coast of Molokai. One intriguing hotspot is the Puna district on Hawaii's Big Island, where hunters describe disturbing encounters while tracking pigs. Eerie screams that no known animal could produce echo from the remote rainforest, accompanied by heavy crashes receding into primeval jungle. Attempts to track the perpetrators fail.
Mediocre.
The dense undergrowth hinders any chase. Researchers wonder, could an elusive band of unknown hominids still survive in isolation? Some describe a foul, pungent scent accompanying sightings that smells like rotting organic matter, unlike any wildlife. Intriguing large footprint casts measured up to 16 inches have researchers scratching their heads. And remote game cam footage reveals a mysterious, muscular, brown-haired biped striding through the island undergrowth. While no bodies have ever been retrieved, cryptozoologists wonder if existing populations of introduced wild axis deer are being fed on by terrifying hidden denizens few have glimpsed and survived to tell about. A related cryptid called the nawau has an equally chilling description in Hawaiian myth. Described as a living precursor to mankind possessing extreme wilderness survival skills, tales describe them hunting like feral predators to limit any competition. Feared and respected like dangerous natural forces incarnate, they were said to fiercely protect designated areas. Trackers describe following unidentified human-like prints deep into protected forest reserves, before finally thinking better of it, after an unsettling feeling of being watched came over them. Researchers have documented 155,000 acres of wild forest reserves inhabited by unseen creatures across 5 Hawaiian islands. But what exactly lurks therein? Stories persist in remote indigenous communities of hairy wild men, stealing food from hunters and frightening locals with bone-curdling screams. Some remote country homesteads report bipedal beasts seen at night peering through windows 8 feet off the ground. Are these sightings all hoaxes and misidentifications? Or could they represent a relict hominid that has managed to remain concealed somehow in Hawaii's sprawling jungle tracts, rarely glimpsed but occasionally making its presence uncomfortably known? This glimpse into Hawaii's Bigfoot phenomena has been an exploration into a Pacific primate lost in the mists of time, whose existence remains one of Earth's many unsolved mysteries. Until next time, dear viewer, stay spooky.